he knows everything about her from that age. And while he kind of picks on her about it, I think that
it makes her a little bit stronger than she used to be about this.
Or rather, she gets to say, no, these are my choices. I made them then. You don't get to jump on them now. But she can explain things he doesn't understand. Like why maybe at the time she liked the Jonas Brothers or whatever. I don't know that's a thing that she did, but you know, it'd be like if you wrote your diary and talked to your boyfriend later and he was making fun of you about liking My Hero Academia. And you're like, you can't pick on me about that because I was 11 at the time, and then I went back to 10 because Dad insisted, and then I got to be 12, and then, yeah, but you don't get to pick on me about that because my dad's weird, and he'll punch you in the nose.
No, what I would say to him is, if you didn't like My Hero Academia, get out of my face. That's the whole reason why we're dating. I like anime.
There you go.
You should have known that.
She has no intention of giving up her likes even later on in life. I love that about our daughter.
Now, before I get much deeper into this, I do want to point out that most of our research came from Reddit and the Mysterious Universe blog, which I've been listening to Mysterious Universe a little bit. Not my favorite paranormal podcast, but it's not bad. It isn't horrible. But they have a lot of good stuff on their blog. And this was just, it's kind of a godsend. It had a lot of information that I didn't find any other place. And when I went to check it out like I do, it all backed up. So that's nice.
So thank you to them for all of that.
Yes. Thank you to them for writing the blog that I got a lot of the basics of this out of.
Yes.
Now, before we get too much deeper into this,
I think it's time for our sponsors.
Yeah, words from our sponsors. Gee, look at you. You're so...
I know.
So awesome. So, let's take a few moments, catch some words from our sponsors, and then we'll come back to talk about Stairs in the Woods.
Stairs in the Woods.
Stairs in the Woods. Not Cabin in the Woods. That was a creepy movie from 2011. Stairs in the Woods, which, as far as I know, is not a movie yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. No one has looked too deep into it to make a movie out of
it. So, word from our sponsors. Here we go.
I feel sponsored.
So do I.
Yeah, me too.
So, let's talk about where people see these. First of all...
In the woods.
In the woods, yes. But most of the time, fairly deep.
Mom.
What? Fairly deep? Haven't you seen the movie Into the Woods? Anyway.
I know where your mind was in the gutter.
Some people talk about them being 10 or so miles into the woods. Some people talk about them being 40 and 50 miles into the woods. Mm-hmm. These are in places where it's not super easy to get to. I mean, they're hikeable distances, but...
Nobody would normally go that far just to see Stairs in the Woods.
Or just to build a pair.
Right.
And that's the other thing, is the most common explanation is that they're the final remnant of a structure that has since fallen. But if so, these are damn sturdy stairs for a structure that's collapsed. And very...
About another one of another method that some people think it is people built it back then and just it's still there, which I wouldn't believe, because if it's wood stairs, why is it still up? Why is it not out of the ground? If it's stone stairs, you could have knocked that down.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that where they're finding they're not finding any signs of any other structure. No foundation work, no busted glass, no bits of wood or metal that used to hold, a roof together or anything like that.
Yeah, that's definitely
Right.
strange.
Just stairs.
Just stairs going to nowhere.
And a lot of these stairs, grass won't grow anywhere near them. Nothing will grow anywhere near them.
Sometimes you'll just find trap doors in the bottom of the woods. You'll lift it up and you'll see those stairs, and it's just like, what the world?
Wow.
So, and people claim to see them all over the world. Now, it happens so often that we actually have a bit of a list of where some of these are found. For example, they found stairs on Mount Phnom Kulen in Cambodia, the Etruscan Pyramid of Bon Marzo in Italy, the Vanishing Staircase in the USA, when they first saw that in the 1940s, the Ghostly Staircase in Sweden, Madame Sherry Stairs, also in the USA, the Staircase of Missing Time in the Philippines, called that because people who are, let's say, careless enough to trot upon them tend to lose time. In fact, there's a pretty famous story from those stairs about a guy who, it was some sort of service guy, and so he's driving through the woods, and he's in this backwoods section of it, and he gets out to check his tire, and a dog starts to chase him, so he goes up the stairs. And as far as he knows, he's up the stairs for 5 minutes while this dog is barking at him, and then the dog runs away. He goes back down, goes back. He's missing 5 years.
Ooh, scary.
There's the Ranger's Creepy Stairs in the Forest in USA. There's the Staircase Without a Destination in Germany. And Stairs to Nowhere, also in the USA. So, a lot of people think of this as kind of like an urban legend. Some people think it's just all made up. But there are so many strange tales. For example, the Mount Phnom Kulen, the stairs in Cambodia.
Mm-hmm.
Stone stairs. Nobody knows why they're there.
Right.
So, one lady tried to climb them, even though the people she was with said, don't do it.
Don't.
She took 3 steps up. On her 3rd step, she collapsed because she'd had a brain aneurysm.
See, I can never trust those stairs. This is why we don't trust stairs in the woods, kids.
And Krysta,
exactly.
Do you know what an aneurysm is?
I know a little bit, but now I'm not sure. You can tell me.
An aneurysm is what happens when you have a blood vessel burst.
Ooh.
Now, usually they can happen in various places. The brain is probably the worst. Okay, probably the worst place to have an aneurysm, but they can happen other places. But yeah, brain aneurysms tend to be fatal quickly, or if not fatal, you don't look or feel great coming back from them.
Right.
So certainly there's some weirdness to these.
Right. Like there is on everything on this podcast.
Well, I like weird.
We like weird. We're cool.
Weird is good. Just, if I see a set of stairs in the wilderness, I ain't climbing them.
Right.
If I don't see what they're connected to, or like, oh, look, there's a bit of a house there. These are awful sturdy. Hey, I'm going to try these. But if that's not happening, it's just such stairs, I ain't going near them. I don't trust them now.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
And I honestly don't know if these have been around for a while and these became the basis for some of these stories. Mm-hmm. Like the Vanishing Staircase has been a thing since the 1940s.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And they call it that because sometimes people find it there and sometimes they don't. Now, again, whoever they are, have an official explanation that, well, people just get lost and so they don't find it.
Oh. I mean, and that's definitely a possibility, however.
Okay. But, people have made maps to it, and they follow the map, and it isn't where they put it. So, the thing is at least movable if it ain't vanishing completely.
Right.
Right. Like, it's moving to different places. It's like transporting itself to different places.
And some of the stairs are, like the bottom of the stairs is surrounded by mushrooms. You know what that is? That's a fairy ring. Don't go any place you see that.
Don't go any place where you see mushrooms and circles. That is gonna not bring you in a good place.
Mess with your reality, dude.
And there are people who claim these staircases will lead you to other dimensions. There are those who claim that the staircases will lead you to hell.
I mean, what if you went down a staircase? Well, I'd say you would probably die in about 3 to 4 minutes of walking down those staircases. But also, that could be just a thought.
So, if it's just an urban legend,
why are we actually finding them in places that we can actually go see?
Right, and why do we know where to find them? If it's just an urban legend, why are people having aneurysms on them?
Right.
And I mean, I get coincidence is a thing, but it seems a bit too coincidental to go 3 steps, oh dear God, I'm falling down.
Right.
That we're entering a realm I like to call, I think she does protest too much.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, I was about to say something and I totally forgot about it. This could be a possibility to, if the things that we are hearing about, like on these podcast episodes, are building these in the woods to like bring us to their reality, like the fairies are doing that, it would kind of make sense and match up. If you ever thought of it that way.
That's definitely a thought, kiddo.
Well, like I said, the thing that fascinates me is they're found in American national forests. And we did a piece on missing 411. So you got people going missing, but stairs appearing.
Right.
That were never connected to any structure. And so...
And that don't have any...
Something is going on there. What it is, I have no idea now. But this is all tied together in some weird way. Or at least it feels like it is.
Yeah, definitely, I mean, something's going on.
Okay, so that brings us to some of the encounters with these stairs. Now, I specifically have ignored encounters where people had bad experiences happen. But, and I've gone a little further afield than I would have normally had to, just so that we have a good selection of things that people have said.
And we appreciate all your hard work.
Yes.
Well, now, this one comes from Reddit. A few months back, while visiting my grandfather in Lillesand, which is in southern Norway, we went hiking. Nothing big, just a walk and a picnic in some woods.
Right.
Sounds like a nice day.
Yep. With us were my niece and my nephew, who are both quite young, so I joined them in hide and seek while the proper grown-ups had coffee and whatnot. And you can tell this person is not from America because nobody from America would refer to them as proper grown-ups. Which, I'm not complaining, I think it's kind of cute, to be honest.
Just to be honest.
Me and my nephew were first to hide, but we split up and I ran alone quite a ways into the thickest of the woods, and I found a staircase. Nothing remarkable, riddled with moss and made from what looked like really old concrete with large pebbles. Just an old staircase. It's enough to make you wonder why they're there and even more so, who put it there? So he climbed up on the stairs to hid, and the whole time he's